remember how to do this. What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. This one's gonna be another gear review. I'm gonna give you some reasons on why I bought this, how it works for me, and if it makes sense to you, maybe it'll influence you into getting this camera, albeit that the A7 IV is out. The main reason, just to get this out of the way, the main reason why I didn't jump on that was because there was a bit of a gap in price difference, $700, as well as availability. I needed a second body a lot sooner than what they were shipping them out as. But you know what? Everybody seems to have got them already. Like, they started shipping them like last week. So if I would have known that I was gonna get it like the second week of December, I would have waited. But nonetheless, man, I still love it. I'm still gonna keep it, and I'm gonna tell you why. But first, if you're new to the channel, my name is Jose Rios. I'm a freelance videographer in the DFW area. A lot of my work I post on here so that I can easily share with my clients. So if you want to take a look at what I've done in the past, you can look through my video playlist of 2021 videography work. And the other type of videos that I post are family vlogs, just for my kids to watch and whatnot. But if you're interested in any of that content, make sure to hit the subscribe button so you won't miss any future videos. That's what everybody says. Anyway, back to the reasons. All right, so starting with reason number one. Reason number one definitely had to be size. This is the smallest full frame camera with autofocus that you can buy right now. The main reason for the size was that the reason I knew I needed something smaller was that the Sony a7S III is definitely not a small camera. It's not a big camera is what I mean to say. It's not small either, but it's not a big camera. I was using that for everything. I was using that for vlogs, for my paid work, but then I kind of started thinking this is still a little bit bigger. You know, I had been used to a Canon M50 for the longest. That thing was small, and I would take that camera everywhere. And I kept wondering to myself, why did I take that camera everywhere? It had poor color bit, poor bit rate. Everything about it wasn't that great. That camera's kind of more geared towards, I don't want to say amateurs, beginners, or people who just do like regular YouTube videos. So I thought, why did I carry that camera everywhere? And I think to myself now that the reason was because it was so small. You know, you just tend to feel more comfortable taking something smaller with you that's more inconspicuous, or, you know, that doesn't really draw attention. It's just easier to carry light. So immediately I thought, okay, well, A7C, that should be a no-brainer. And I'm really glad that I did. I had watched a video from Peter Landry, I think I'm butchering his name. But anyway, he said if you wanted to get more into filming yourself, more into vlogs, just record everything. Whether you intend to edit it, whether you intend to post it or not, just record everything and then sit on it. Maybe see if you can put it together, but if you do that enough, you build a habit and eventually you'll get better and better. And I thought that piece of advice it hit me so well, because that was true. Just like, I think out of, let's say if I record content for a week, let's give that a number from 1 to 100. Out of that 100%, I probably would only post and edit 20% of that, whatever I thought can be put into a video, and the other 80% I would just delete. But it put me in the habit of, now I take the camera with me everywhere. And this was perfect for that because it's very small. I pair this with the Sony EC-BM1 microphone and I'm recording on it right now, the Sony 20mm 1.8, and it's a very small setup. I also have these Peak Design straps on here. This is actually an Anker from the Sony a7S III. I got an extra one whenever I sent it in for repair, and they sent it back with some extra ones. I thought that was pretty cool. So I put it on this camera. I got this little Colorado company Arco Swiss type plate, and I put the I forget what these are called, like the Peak Design little straps. I put it down here because if you put it right here, it gets in the way of your screen. So I put it at the bottom so that I can just sling it if I'm recording, and it doesn't get in my way when I'm recording that way, and then I can just sling it like that. So again, size is very, very important. I think that if you film with a lot of big cameras, at first you may not think nothing of it. You may just, you know, it depends on what your reasons are again. But you eventually will find out that you want something smaller. I see people all the time saying, I picked this because it was smaller. And I always thought to myself, why? Like, this isn't, well, why would that matter? Like, size, I lift a gimbal with a camera all day, every day when I was doing heavy freelance work. It never bothered me up until a point where I thought, how would I film more when I go out and stuff? And that's when it clicked. I was like, okay, I need something smaller. I don't want to carry around this big camera everywhere. If it's for pleasure, and I think maybe now it's starting to click a bell in my head. If you're doing personal work, you want something smaller. Whenever it's paid gig work, yeah, it doesn't really matter, I guess, right? So that's reason number one. It's gonna be size. All right, so reason number two, I would say, is it's about half and half, and it's really just, I think this is probably the last reason, is features slash accessories. So this one was a little bit personal to me. It may not be an influence to you, but while I was looking to buy this camera, or rather while I was looking for a B camera, because I was looking at 4 to 5 different models. They were all Sony. I knew I needed to stay in the Sony ecosystem because I'm already invested in their lenses and whatnot. So I was looking at 4 or 5 different Sony cameras, and at the time I had like a coupon. It was like $300, and I thought this is gonna offset some of the costs. That'd be nice. And then suddenly Best Buy, that's where I was on Best Buy. They were like, hey, would you be interested in this microphone? And it was the Sony ECBM1. And I thought, man, this microphone is sold out everywhere. Like, you can't get it anywhere. So I thought, okay, I'm gonna get this because my out-of-pocket cost was like 40 or 50 bucks. I'm gonna get it. And I instantly, when I turned on digital audio and I started messing with it, it is the best microphone I've ever had. I need to make a separate video on that one, on why digital audio is better than analog. Not in the sense that it sounds better, but if you're the type of guy like I am who clips audio, or you don't know how to set the volumes, this mic is it. This mic does the work for you, and you cannot clip. In digital audio, you can't clip. No matter what you do, you could yell, you could snap, there could be big loud noises. The audio will stop at -5, and it will do some kind of magic where it, like, I don't know what it does. I know it's not raw. It's not raw audio, but it's doing something where it doesn't allow you to clip, and it's bringing the audio down, but it's kind of hovering like that. It's weird, man, and I gotta do more research on how that works so I can come with the facts, but I'm gonna do a separate video on that. So as soon as I fell in love with it, because I was using it with the Sony a7S III, I thought, I gotta have a camera that can use that too. And that's where this puppy came in again. So I thought, okay, this is just a good investment for now. You know, this isn't my A. I don't need this one to have 10-bit. I don't need this one to do 4K 60. For what I do use it for, it's perfect. I needed to do vlogs in 4K. It does that. The rolling shutter is not bad at all, in my opinion. I don't know. Some people think it's bad. I think it's fine. I don't think it's bad at all. The only caveat that I do have with this camera is the IBIS is a little weak. I'm not judging it too hard because, again, if I'm using handheld serious stuff, I'm going to use this camera. I'm not going to use this one. But if I'm doing like little home videos, recording content for Instagram, or even taking pictures, this one has a 24 megapixel camera versus the 13 or 10 or 12. I forget how much that one has. But anyway, this one is the one that I'm just using the most. It makes me laugh how much more I use this one than this A7S III, and this is considered garbage compared to this one. So it's funny how that works out, man. Just when it comes to what is gonna make you happy, what you like to use, you know, look at size as a contender, and you'll just be surprised. I'm surprised that I use this a lot more. Like, I don't publish a lot of it. Again, like, I film a lot of it. I don't publish a lot of it, but I do film a lot more with this one. And I feel like the creativity that I get from filming a lot more helps me in other areas like the paid work, freelance work. So alright guys, so if you made it through this rant, sorry, I know I gotta script these more, but I'll tell you what, again, I'm going back to Peter Lingerie. I'm gonna say Lingerie, Peter Lingerie's tips. If you wait to do everything perfect, you're gonna do it a lot less. You may not even do it at all. If you wait to have a script, if you wait to have the perfect lighting, this is the Aputure Amaran 100D, by the way. I just got this in today. Perfect light. I got the honeycomb on it. By the way, if this studio setup looks like the Profesh YouTube things, I'm really trying here. No, I'm not really trying. But what was I getting with that? Where was I going with all that? I forget. Oh, as far as studio lighting. Oh, and scripts. Okay, so I debated whether I wanted to make this video because I didn't have a script. I thought I'm just gonna do a runoff and just talk about nothing. But I will tell you what, man. If I waited to have a script, I probably wouldn't write one tomorrow. I probably wouldn't write one next week, and this video probably would have never happened because I would just sit there thinking I can't do it until I have a script. So hopefully that piece of advice helps you. Don't wait until you have everything perfect. Just do it. You know, this probably, the quality of this video is probably poor and less structured, but I did it. I feel like I didn't do a good job in this one, but I made it. At least I made it. I gave my thoughts on it, which is just what I wanted to say. Maybe it resonates with some people, maybe it doesn't, but I made it. And maybe next week I'll make another one about, I don't know, the light or my gimbal or my lights. And then the week after that I'll make another one about the Sony microphone. And before I know it, I'm making YouTube videos full time, you know? And that's how it starts. Just start. Just do it. Just do it, and you'll see what comes out of it. Dang, I just gave myself a whole life lesson. Oh man, this is funny. Anyway, that was my 2 reasons why I got the Sony a7C and why I use it more than the Sony a7S III. If you have any questions about it or would like to know more about this camera, just let me know in the comments below. Otherwise, I will see you guys. I hate to do that. I'll find my own thing. For now, I'm gonna copy all of them other peeps, but I'll find my own thing. I will see y'all in the next one.